In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with all of you the top 3 stocks that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for tomorrow. I'm also going to be doing an update on the overall market. A lot of crazy things happened during the last 2 weeks, so I'm going to be breaking it down for y'all and letting you know what to expect for this week. I'm also going to be doing an updates on the previous stocks that I've mentioned in the last video. Alright, y'all. Now, before we begin, again, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in, and also don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Right. So let's get right into it right off the bat. I'm going to use the Nasdaq for simplicity's sake. All right, because in the last video I used the Nasdaq to explain what I was seeing with the overall market, and I gave y'all 2 different scenarios right over here. The last video was released on the 23rd of October, and I warned y'all about this bull flag, which played out really, really well. Option number 2 played out, where it drops first, retest it, and then go all the way up to 11,700. Right? And this is where turbulence happened. Again, I warned you guys about that in the last video. So congrats to anybody who was able to take advantage of these moves, right? And ever since then, we've been trading like in a very choppy, like it's been a chop fest throughout the entire time. Nice day trading opportunities for sure, but it's really not that far away from where it was previously. All right. Now, there is something that I'm concerned about with the overall market. I'm going to clean up the whole chart, and then we're going to look at the 4 hour. All right. Now, with the 4 hour, this is why I'm feeling a little bit indifferent about, well, not really indifferent. I'm leaning more towards the bearish side. All right, I'm leaning a bit more towards the bearish side. It's because of this. If you look at the 4 hour and you zoom in, I'm gonna draw these lines right there. All right. Somebody could argue that there is a bear flag on the chart, which is the opposite of what I showed y'all 2 weeks ago on Sunday, right? Where we moved up to 11,700. Now this time we see the opposite of it, to the bear side, where we could potentially collapse down to like 10,250, maybe even lower towards 10,000 exactly. All right, we're only 800 points away, right? So this is the first perspective that I see, a bear flag on the chart. The other one is we just remove this thing, right? We make this a bit longer, like this. And then we have a bearish pennant on the chart, right? We got the bearish pennant going. It broke down on Wednesday after that FOMC meeting. Apparently the Fed decided to raise the interest rates. The market didn't like it. It had a little pump fake and immediately collapsed, right? So it broke down right here. And right now, it's all about how long it's going to take until it goes down further. Like there is another chop fed zone right over here. This is a chop fed zone. You don't want to be doing too many things in this region. It's only a matter of time when it's going to decide when it's going to break down. It's either going to be tomorrow, which could happen. I mean, right now we're down a bit. We're only down by negative 0.63, right? It could happen tomorrow or it could happen on Tuesday. One of this is gonna happen, right? At some point, it could even drag its feet until Wednesday, all right? But as of right now, as the way things are looking, especially on the daily, I'm gonna have to lean bearish, all right? I'm going to have to lean bearish. You can cook a little bit, and then maybe when the estimate catches up, we might see another fall down. So just be on the lookout for that. All right. Now, the first stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list, that one is for the bears, and that stock is Roblox. All right. Now this one is really, really simple. previously, like in one of my previous videos, I shared Roblox with y'all. I think it was in the last video actually, for a long. All right, I told y'all to watch it for a long because of the break of this bull flag. Right, it broke out at 40. It went sideways, wasted a lot of time, and then eventually it got up to $47, like I told y'all. All right, so as soon as it got to $47, turbulence happened, and now what you're seeing on the chart is a massive bearish engulfing candle, right? There is a gap at the bottom to 38. And also there is earnings coming up on the 9th. And it is before the market opens on the 9th. So things are going to get interesting, all right? As y'all know, holding anything through earnings is 150% gambling. Like I always tell y'all, I don't do it. I rarely do it. Like it has to be really good for me to even like take a position on an earnings play. But 99% of the time, I do not play earnings. All right. Now this way, like with this specific stock, somebody could argue that there's a gap previously right here that could get filled through earnings, and it could happen. Like I've seen it before. It really could. And the fact that this thing is kind of like it's kind of lumpy and it's just rolling over right here. It's not really breaking into the 50s. Like if it was going to 50 before earnings, maybe I would be a little bit more. I will be leaning more bullish and telling y'all that yeah, this gap is very close and that it could fill through earnings. But when I look at the weekly, the stock doesn't have much history to go off of. All right, it started at 66 and then went up a little bit, and now it's just going sideways. Right, where is the real low? It's $21. The like the real low where it's just gonna be, if where it's kind of where it's just gonna flatline and then eventually it's gonna pick back up next year. Like maybe, right? And it could also go lower. So just skip that. Keep that in mind. I don't know too much about Roblox. I don't know how well the company would do. Uh, I don't know exactly the details of like their financials, right? But I'm sure it's a reputable company. But I'm just gonna say be really careful. Watch for day trading opportunities to the downside going into earnings, right? And then if you're gonna play earnings, I would just say don't. But if you're gonna play earnings, just manage your risk. So that's the first stock to keep on your watch list. Now, the next stock that y'all should be keeping on your watch list is this one is for the bulls. It's JD. All right. Now with JD, the reason why I want to share it with y'all is because if you look on the 4 hour, if you look closely on the 4 hour, it had a massive jump on Friday from this bullish pennant right here. All right, the bullish pennant was there. The bullish pennant was clean, and they jumped on Friday. And I think it could go all the way up. I think it could go all the way up to $48, maybe $49, if it moves independently from the indices. All right. Sometimes Chinese stocks can do their own thing. Like they're not that influenced by the overall market, right? So it may do their own thing, and all of them are kind of like lining up this way. So I'm leaning bullish on the majority of Chinese stocks, especially JD, until it gets to 48, where I think it should experience some turbulence and then collapse. And hopefully that collapse will line up with like everything else. So yeah, that's the second stock to keep on your watch list for this week. Now, the last stock that I want to share with all of you, that stock is Disney. And Disney, this one is a tricky one. It really is. Now, the reason why I want to share Disney with y'all is because like there was a structure on the chart. It was very clean. Again, it kind of like it was one of the stocks that I was watching for to the long side 2 weeks ago. All right, because of the structure, it went up, it went up, it went up. It tried to get to 110, and then eventually it just couldn't. All right, and now it's just rolling over again. And right now, like anybody who bought up here, they're really terrified. They're hoping for another move up, but earnings is around the corner. Earnings is on the 8th, and this one is after hours. Now, where could this thing go? Looking at it from the weekly, ooh, there's a lot of room at the bottom, right? There's a lot of room at the bottom. Lots of room at the bottom. So I'm gonna lean bearish on this one. I am. Again, I don't play earnings, but I'm just telling y'all what I'm seeing with the charts. There is a gap at the bottom at $91. So yeah, watch this one for a potential drop. If it gets to $191 before earnings, I think if it moves really fast, then there could be a good day trading opportunity on there. But make sure to collect your money. Again, don't try not to gamble through earnings. Again, I know some of y'all are probably going to do it, but if you're gonna do it, manage your position size, manage your risk. All right, so that's my thoughts on Disney. Watch it for a drop to the 90s. All right, now let's do an updates on some of the stocks that I've mentioned previously. The first stock that I told y'all to watch for a long was Qualcomm. All right, and Qualcomm, I think Qualcomm did pretty well. Like it took 2 days to get into the 120s. I shared it right here on the 23rd. All right, it took an extra day. It dipped a little bit, gave people a buying opportunity right here for a nice swing all the way up to 120. It gave one chance to get out, two chance to get out, and three chance to get out before collapsing. All right. So congrats to anybody who made some money on it. I told y'all, I gave y'all the warning that the move down was coming. Like I knew it was going to go down because that right there, it got to get taken care of, right? And earnings turned out to be that moment to put it back on course to the downside towards the 90s. So with this one, again, since I'm bearish on the overall market, obviously, watch it for potential downside, especially into the 90s. All right, now the next stock that we're going to look at is MU. And MU, I told y'all to watch it for a long at the same time to around 60. It didn't do that well, unfortunately. Like it dragged its feet and it just went nowhere. Like it went sideways and now it's at $56. Very choppy trading action. Not really a good one, unfortunately. All right, now the last stock that I'm going to talk about in today's video. Somebody put in the comment section for me to look at AMC. All right, so we're going to look at AMC. I don't trade AMC at all. Like I've made the last time I've mentioned AMC was back here. It was, I think it was on this day in the beginning of September at the end of that line. I told y'all that it could just drag its feet and go absolutely nowhere, just go sideways. And so far, it's just been doing that. There is, like, I don't see any money to be made. Like, no money has been made here. Like, well, some money, but not a whole lot compared to everything else that happened. So it's just going back to its original price. Okay, it's already there. Like, it's already at $5. Again, like it was going to happen and it finally did happen, and right now it just needs something to some type of hype until that happens. Like it's not gonna go anywhere. That's my thoughts on it. Earnings is around the corner. It's a $5 stock. I don't like trading $5 stocks. Like the stocks I trade are usually above $30 because of the contracts. I don't like to trade stocks under $30. But with this one, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. So that's my thoughts on it. I think it's just going to just do this for a bit longer. All right, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot and allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't added me on social media yet, you can find me at NGumah and the Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, there's some basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below, step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to have all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get some free stocks after signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.